Now, this place looks modern. Look at that computer. That is not a CRT. That is an LCD. Did I just left, didn't I? I just accidentally left. Let's try that again. It's an OCD thing. See, I need to enter and leave. I need to leave 2 times. And come in 3 before I can actually be comfortable in a place. It was a poster of some blank-faced woman in a hat. Designs for some sort of skimpy sundress with some orders attached. This design board was the only spark of creativity left in this deserted showroom. I didn't know much about fashion design, but it looked like a skirt. Or maybe a large shirt. He doesn't know the difference between a shirt and a skirt. Or at least he can't tell from the design documents. I don't know anything about fashion design either. What would design documents for fashion look like? Just like concept art? Would you just draw it out, or do you make like a blueprint of how to make it? Or I have no idea. Am I going to be hacking the computer? Paints, markers, and some random junk adorned the shelf. It was a photo of Mrs. Lauder with a post-it note reading, "Don't forget anniversary flowers." The clothing rack was empty. I supposed Miss Lauder took everything away. Alright, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Don't think I clicked on the dummy. But that's it. A dressmaker's dummy. Alright, let's check out the computer. Here we go. Enter password. I have no idea. None. Let's see if I can pick these up or something. Can I pick any of it up? I made a snap decision not to start collecting old-fashioned posters. I love the sarcastic descriptions when you try to interact with something. I couldn't think of a reason to take it with me. Oh wait, this one's great. I wasn't that desperate for a larger congregation. Oh, you mean I can't fill it out with dummies? Okay. What could be the password? Maybe... Okay, she talked about the origins of the name. Perhaps the original family name it's based on is the password? But what was it? Sharma? Shawarma? What was it? And how would you even spell that? I don't know. Oh! It worked! Sharma! Holy crap! See? I've broken the curse. The curse of the first puzzle tripping me up is now gone because it's no longer the first puzzle. And now I'm going to sail through the rest of the puzzles. With no problems at all. I guess it's S? Yeah, Sharma. Charming. Awesome. Ledger. Ooh. As someone who is currently taking an accounting class, I'm pretty sure the ledgers don't look like this. In fact, I don't think this is what a ledger would... No, this isn't what a ledger would look like at all, actually. This is more of a general journal type of thing. But it's not in any sort of a standardized format, so even this is not a good general journal. I'm offended by the lack of accounting accuracy. This is not a ledger. This is a general journal. this is what you would have to post to the ledger. Yep. This is totally wrong. I'm offended by this game's poor accuracy in accounting. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. Do not buy. I'm offended. I quit. I'm done. Okay, let's take a look at the journal. Not the ledger, the journal. Recent transactions. How many are here? Oh, there's a lot. I'm assuming the most recent is at the top? I don't know, there's no dates. That's another thing that you would find on the journal. You'd find dates. You really want dates on these things. You don't want to just like throw in all these transactions and have no idea when they actually happened. That's horrible. If this is the level of accounting accuracy Charming Fashion Company displays, then they're going to get audited. Because I can't imagine their records make any sense, or are organized in any way. Joe DeMarco. Can I click on these? Oh, there are a lot of personal checks written out to a Joe DeMarco. I wonder who he is. I should make notes. Ask about Joe DeMarco. Got it. Goldberg and Weaselbaum. That's a wonderful name, Weaselbaum. It's for accounting. Oh, they paid someone else for accounting. Well, hopefully they do a better job with the records than Charming Fashion Company does. Macy's, goods received. Right, they did. She did say that they Macy's had bought some of their stuff. Moda of Broadway received. More Joe DeMarco, and it's all personal, which is strange. Another fashion company. Shipping. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. There's a pattern to Joe DeMarco's payments. Once again, I'm assuming that the top is the most recent. I don't know if that's actually true, because there's no dates, but they're going up or down depending on which way you look at it. Look at it, 500, 515, 525, 540, 580, 600, 625. Why is it steadily going up or down? Well, not necessarily steadily. It's not changing at the same rate. That's a 25 change, that's a 20 change, that's a 40 change. That's a 15 change? Yeah, 15. That's a 10 change. 15. Strange. I recognize the name as a clothing store, yep. Evidently they bought products from Jack and paid for it properly. All cut and dry. There's nothing unusual here. Yeah, I think Joe DeMarco is the only strange one. Let me ask though. If I go to talk to her about Joe DeMarco, don't you think she's gonna find it suspicious that I hacked into her computer? I don't know if she's gonna trust me after that one. Alright. I think that's it. What was this membership dues? Beth Tikva sounded like the name of a synagogue. It looked like Jack decided to stay devout after all. Oh yeah, I guess they joined a different synagogue, since, well, they weren't in mine, since I apparently kicked them out. Accounting? It looked like Jack hired an accounting firm. Check the mail. Oh my god. There's a lot of mail. Okay, from Ethan G. Business Matters. That must be an oversight. I'll look into it. Patterns and producers. Whoops. Hello, partner. I got those shirt designs done. I'll send copies out to the factory to get fit samples made. And guess what? I got them. Spent an hour on the phone with Telecharge, but I got the tickets. orchestra seats, too. I'll meet you at the office at 6. No excuses this time. Love, Raj. Aw. Tomo, again! Network, what is it? Network and protection needs contact Tomo. Who is this Tomo? Again, Ethan G. This is strange. The rates do seem unusually high. I'll look into it. Wait. Apparently there's been some ongoing correspondence with Ethan G. Shipping. Mr. Lauder, how are you? Your goods are packed and ready to ship. Wire us the funds and we'll get on it. Or we'll get it on the next boat. Kenny. Your instinct was right. Something isn't right with this deal. All the wire transfers lead to different places, and nobody answers the phone at any of them. My accountant sense is tingling. Don't panic, Jack. I'll get to the bottom of this. See you at the temple tonight. Okay, so I'm assuming they met at... What was the place called? At Beth Tikva? That's probably where he met the accountant? The fit model cancelled again? Can she be any more useless? Okay, we'll just have to find someone else. Don't forget we're having dinner at the Goldwaters tonight. Love, Raj. More Ethan G. Call me, now. We need to talk. Okay, I got you into this mess. I will get you out of it. I'm meeting with JDM tonight. JDM, that's Joe DeMarco. Yep, it's gotta be Joe DeMarco. I'm meeting with JDM, Joe DeMarco, tonight. Do not write him any more checks until you hear from me. If he wants to play hardball, he picked the wrong guys to mess with. Okay, so something was wrong with this Joe DeMarco. Something's shady. JDM. A rotten deal. This was worth looking into. Yes, it is. Alright, so another way to refer to Joe DeMarco is JDM. Mr. Lauder, how are you? We're still awaiting payment transfer from you. Your goods are taking up space in our warehouse. Please submit the monies ASAP or we will be forced to liquidate them. Strange. Why would you not pay? Was he having money trouble? Had something gone wrong? Ravnet Ravnet Admin. Undeliverable. To Jack Lauder from Ravnet Admin. The following message was undeliverable. The reported error was subscriber RSTNOE does not exist on Ravnet. That's R. Stone. He tried to send me a message, but he mistyped. He accidentally mixed up the O and the N, and it never got here. Oh, Jack, what did you try to tell me? Oh God, now I need to know. He tried to send me a message, but it failed. Or is it about to show me? It's probably about to show me, isn't it? Yep, here we go. Message is as follows. Okay. Okay, what are you trying to tell me, Jack? Hello, Rabbi Stone. It's been a while. I hope I got the correct email address. No doubt you are surprised to hear from me. I'm not sure why I'm writing either. I often think about what you said. It still angers me. But I can understand your motives. You looked at us and said, "Nothing is worse than when Jews turn their backs on one another." I can still remember that look in your eyes. Sheer contempt. Like we were the worst sort of scum that ever crawled out of the ocean. I love my wife, Rabbi Stone. She's my partner in everything. I regret nothing. Nothing, that is, except you. I hated you. For years, I hated you. We both did. I joined another temple with a rabbi who was willing to marry us and tried to forget about you. But when I found myself in trouble and in need of guidance, I could think of nowhere else to turn. You called me a traitor once. Do you still feel that way? I've seen traitors. I've seen Jews turn their backs on other Jews. It's not pretty. It's awful. I am not like them. Time has cooled my hatred. Has it done the same to you? I need to speak to you. I feel like I am 12 years old again, preparing for my bar mitzvah and needing help with my Torah portion. I know I didn't marry a Jewish girl, or go to temple every week, or keep kosher or do any of the many things we're supposed to do. But I always have known that I was Jewish. Is that enough? I'm not a traitor, Rabbi. I have never forgotten I'm Jewish. Jack Lauder. So wait, is that why Rabbi Stone kicked him out? It's just because he dared to try to marry someone who wasn't Jewish? In that case, fuck you, Rabbi Stone, you're a piece of shit. Great, now I hate the main character. That's wonderful. Where to go now? How do I... Oh, here we go. Combine clues by dragging one on top of the other. Ooh. Okay, so there's a kind of sort of clue mechanic. I guess there was one in Blackwell as well. I don't remember how it worked though, but I know you had a notebook. Oh, well, this is an obvious one. Joe DeMarco is, of course, JDM. Joe DeMarco, JDM. That had to be it. Achievement unlocked. Klug. Wise, smart, or clever? Combine 2 clues. Thank you! I'm proud of myself. Okay. Joe's meeting with Ethan. I mean, well... Jack Lauder received a few urgent emails from an Ethan G. I need to find out about this person. Can I combine these? I mean, these are kind of already combined almost. No, I didn't think so. Hold on. Or was it? I mean, it was their accountant, right? So it should be this person. Goldberg and Weaselbaum, I guess? Hold on just a second, I'll be right back. Alright. So many interruptions, man. I just keep getting interrupted. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. What am I doing? I was trying to look at the accountant's name, right? It was something G? Ethan G? Kenny? What was the name? I don't even remember now. That's why I hate being interrupted. Yeah, Ethan G. Who seems to be their accountant, right? Where was it? Where was it? My accountant sense is tingling. So, Ethan G would appear to be an accountant. So it must be Goldberg, right? Ethan G, Goldberg, and Weaselbaum? So, Ethan Goldberg. Writing that down. Ethan Goldberg. Accountant. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have a clue to combine to get that. But perhaps I could search for Ethan Goldberg anyway. Actually, wait a minute. I should search for the name of the business. Which is Goldberg and Weaselbaum. Goldberg and Weaselbaum. I need to make sure I type that exactly because I'm pretty sure the search engine inside of this game is not exactly Google, so I don't think it's going to spell correct. Weaselbaum. Okay. Good to go. Good to go. Let's go have a chat with Miss Lauder. I don't remember her first name. What is her first name? I guess I'll just call her Miss Lauder. Hi, so I hacked into your computer. Do you mind?
Mrs. Lauder.
Oh, it's you. Come on in.
Okay. Consult my notes. Tell me about Joe DeMarco.
Have you ever heard of the name Joe DeMarco?
Joe? Joe. Yes, I've heard of Joe. He was one of our first investors.
He invested in Charming?
Yes.
Why did you need an investor?
Well, we didn't have much money to start the business with. All the banks saw us as a poor risk, so we needed independent investors.
Have you ever met Joe?
Jack handled the money stuff, although I know Jack didn't like him.
Why not?
He didn't say, he just didn't like him. But we were desperate, so we had no choice.
How did they meet each other?
I think they were introduced. At the temple of all places.
At Temple? So Joe DeMarco is Jewish?
Maybe. Why?
DeMarco is not a very Jewish name.
And that's important to you, is it?
Not to me, no. But it's certainly significant.
Alright, I'm furiously scribbling notes. Met Jack at Temple. Okay. Introduced by Ethan G, because Ethan G, who goes to the temple. Wow, I'm amazed how well I'm actually putting together clues so far, but trust me, at some point I'm just going to get completely lost, but at the moment I can actually hold all of this in my head. Okay, so Ethan G is an accountant for the Charming Fashion Company. He works for Goldberg and Weaselbaum. Ethan G met Jack Lauder at the temple. I forgot the name of the temple, but at the temple. A different temple than any that I've seen. And Ethan G introduced... I'm trying to get the name straight. Ethan G introduced Jack Lauder to Joe DeMarco as an investor. And I know that because in the email, Ethan G said, I'm the one that got you into this, I'm going to get you out of it. Okay, got it so far. Tell me about Ethan G.
Do you know if your husband did any business with a man named Ethan?
Ethan. The name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. I'm sorry. To be honest, I didn't really keep up with the business side of things. Is he involved?
Hard to say.
What about their meeting?
Do you know anything about Ethan G meeting up with Joe DeMarco?
Ethan G? The name sounds very familiar, but I can't place it. I'm sorry.
You really think Joe DeMarco is Jewish?
I told you, I have no idea.
It really doesn't even matter. Alright, I really need to speak with this Ethan G.
Ethan G?
Oops.
The name... I'm sorry.
I'm going to leave now. I'll see what else I can discover.
Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome. Alright, let's go back and let's search for Goldberg and Weaselbaum. See if I can get an address on their business. I should be able to find Ethan G there. One would think. One would hope. And I have to log in again. It was Yenta? Yeah, okay. So, I could just try searching for Ethan Goldberg, I suppose. No, I found him. With a warm rush of triumph, I knew I found my man. Whoa! accountant dead in Murray Hill shootout. Holy shit. Okay. Jack Lauder's accountant is dead too. When? When did this happen? Ethan Goldberg of Beth Tikva, that was the temple that they went to, was found dead last night in a Murray Hill alleyway outside of Paddy O'Hare's pub, the victim of an apparent mugging. We at Revenant express our sympathies to... Yeah. Okay. What the hell? Somebody is targeting Jack Lauder and the people connected to him. The victim of an apparent mugging. Okay. Paddy O'Hare's. I'm gonna run out of room to write notes. Paddy O'Hare's. Okay, Ethan G. Dead. Shit. I need to speak to his business partner, I guess. I mean, it would be good. Let me see if I can find gold. I'm not sure if this is going to show up. Goldberg. Where's the and symbol? I almost never use it. There it is. Goldberg and Weaselbaum. Let's see, resulted in over 10,000 results. What? I guess I'll just look for his partner. Would you really get that many results with Goldberg and Weaselbaum? Is it that common? It's not exactly a nationwide chain store of, I don't know. It just doesn't seem very common. Please narrow your search. Okay. That might be a dead end. What else can I search for? I could search for Joe DeMarco, I suppose. Over 10,000 results. Okay, I could find Paddy O'Hare's. I could look for the Beth Tikva. Is that it? Beth Tikva? No, there we go. Beth Tikva Synagogue, contact information. There we go. Amos Zelig is the chief rabbi. Amos Zelig. I'm going to have so many notes at the end of this, I'm going to run out of paper. I've already almost filled up one page. And they're not even well sorted. Honestly, I'd like to rewrite all of my notes to make it better sorted, but that would take a while. Okay, anything else to search for? Paddy O'Hare's, I suppose. There's probably no reason to do that. Oh. Is that right? That doesn't look right. Oh. Apparently it is. Oh, and there's the address. Whelp rating, 1 of 5. Ugh. Now, I didn't think they still had dives like this in Manhattan. Do not use the bathroom. That doesn't say now, that says wow. Jamie. Well, with the rating of 1 out of 5, apparently it's a shithole. Good to know. Anything else to search for? Mark Twain. No results. Okay. Right. Well, now I have a bunch of leads. A bunch of leads, and they're all hot. Just don't touch them or you might get zapped. Paddy O'Hare's or Beth Tikva. You know what? Let's go collect information about Ethan G's death before I go talk to people who knew him at Beth Tikva. Yeah, because I want to go into Beth Tikva with some knowledge behind me. So let's go collect more information. Oh man. The environment art is so good in this game. Just look at it. Look at that art. It's so good looking. Just beautiful. Graffiti. It wasn't the kind of graffiti with artistic merit. It was just some sleazy graffiti in the grimy alley. I know, there is some graffiti that's just really good, isn't there? Some graffiti that just makes you think, I know it's a defacement of property, and it's kind of a douchey thing to do, but at the same time, it's kind of a beautiful piece of art. The kind of graffiti that makes you think, I don't know if that should be removed, it kind of looks cool. But apparently that is not one of those. You look a bit like Rosa. Is that Rosa Blackwell? From the Blackwell games? That really looks like her. Is that her?
Excuse me. Hello?
She ignored me. She seemed to be staring into It is! She ignored me. She seemed to be staring into space at something that wasn't there. She's not staring at something that isn't there. She's staring at Joey. That was his name, right? Joey? The detective ghost? I think it was. I'm bad at remembering names, but I'm pretty sure it was Joey. In another place, another time, I might have stopped to help her. But people like her are a dime a dozen in the city. It's Rosa. That's awesome. A poster advertising the latest rock craze adorned the wall. Some old faded photographs were tacked to the wall. A large selection of wines and spirits lay on the shelves. Well, something tells me that behind the shelves isn't... Oh, let me try that again. Something tells me that the only spirits in this room aren't just on the shelf. No, even rabbis think I'm crazy. Oh no, I know you're not crazy. Let's see, shelf, photos, poster, door, jukebox. The jukebox was broken, just like my spirit. The jukebox sported a large sign that read, "Out of order."
Excuse me.
The bartender glared at me with vague disinterest. Let's ask about Ethan.
I'm looking for information on Ethan Goldberg. He was killed outside of this bar.
The bartender shrugged.
Do you know anything about it?
He gave me a glare that told me everything I needed to know about asking more questions. Okay, apparently he's a dick. How about Jack?
Do you know a Mr. Jack Lauder?
The bartender rolled his eyes and began eyeing the other customers. There's only one other customer. It's not like you're busy, bartender, come on. It seemed that he wasn't a very talkative fellow. In fact, you could even say they couldn't find a voice actor for him. How about Joe?
I'm looking for information on Joe DeMarco.
He narrowed his eyes and glared daggers at me. I wasn't going to get any information out of him. But was there a flicker of recognition in his eyes?
Be quiet.
She's talking to Joey. Ethan and Jack were business associates and evidently were members at the same synagogue. According to the article on RAVNet, Ethan was killed outside Patio Hare's pub in Murray Hill. I don't think there's anything to do but just go to the synagogue. place looks... Oh, God, I just left again. I keep doing that. Alright, this place is expensive. If I was Rabbi Stone, I would be very jealous of this synagogue. The cantor's lectern was an elegant affair made from lacquered oak. It looked brand new.
Meh. I've seen better.
Services must have just ended, as they hadn't gotten around to putting the Torah away yet.
I can't believe they're just leaving it here for anyone to come in and take it. They must have dozens of them in a back room somewhere.
Probably looking at how lavish this is. I don't think they want for money, let's just say that. Large, tasteful stained glass windows surveyed the synagogue from its high vantage point.
I suppose it's okay.
Rabbi Stone really is not a very giving man, is he? A tasteful podium of lacquered oak. It looked brand new and smelled of recent polish.
Meh. I've seen better.
I think that's what he's going to say for every single thing in this entire place. Several of the photos showed a group of children sitting around a table. Two men flanked the children, smiling at the camera like they had just won the lottery. A caption read, J. Silver and E. Goldberg, on duty at the Beth Tikva Youth Center. J. Silver. That doesn't ring any bells, but just in case, I should write that down. J. Silver. I remember one of my own photos. Back at my place, at my synagogue. I can't remember the name of the synagogue. What was it? Ben Zion? Something? There's a photo about a youth center as well. I don't think it has any relation, though. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope.
Yes?
You're the chief rabbi here at Beth Tikva.
I do carry that honor. So, what can I do for you, Mr.
Rabbi, actually. Rabbi Stone.
Well, fancy that. I can always spare time for a fellow rabbi. What brings you to our humble synagogue?
Humble? Humble synagogue? There is nothing humble about your synagogue. This place is fancy as fuck. Nothing humble about it. My synagogue is humble. You awesomely bearded, rich son of a... Bleh. I'm just gonna go full-on rabbinical.
Do you know Mr. Jack Lauder?
Should I know Mr. Jack Lauder?
Yes. You should. He went here. He was one of your members. He paid you membership dues and all of that. Rabbinical.
Don't you think you should know Jack Lauder?
Why do you think so?
Wasn't he a member of your congregation?
Was he?
Don't you know your own congregation?
Am I expected to know everybody?
Well,
Amos broke out into an angelic smile. We're going full-on rabbinical. I just realized what rabbinical approach means. It means you always ask a question. You never actually just provide an answer, but you always put it into a question form. Every single thing we just said to each other, there was a question. Apparently that's what rabbis do, I guess. That's the rabbinical approach.
Are you finished?
I guess.
Wonderful.
Okay. I guess I shouldn't use the rabbinical approach on another... rabbinic? Rabbi.
He was a member of your congregation. He died a few days ago.
That's right. The funeral service was yesterday. I honestly don't know where my head is these days.
You conducted the ceremony?
Yes, his wife insisted on it.
Did she now?
If I may ask, what is your interest in Mr. Lauder?
Let's not go rabbinical. I don't think it's going to work. I could say financial, but honestly, that's not true. It's not about... I mean, this was all started by the money, without a doubt, but the real reason I'm investigating this now is personal. I just need to know what happened. There's something going on here I need to know. So, personal reasons.
He was a friend.
Was he? A close one? No, imagine not. Jack was a member of Beth Tikva. Not... what synagogue did you say you were from?
I didn't.
My mistake.
Just tell me about Jack.
Is there anything you can tell me about Mr. Lauder?
I'm afraid not, Rabbi Stone. My congregation is rather large, and Mr. Lauder seldom attended services. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what that's like.
You certainly don't.
To the notes we go. Tell me about Goldberg.
I was hoping you could tell me something about Ethan Goldberg. I know he used to work here.
Ethan? Oh, what a tragedy. That man did wonders for this community. It's a shame what happened to him.
You know about his death?
Of course, I conducted the funeral service myself.
I recently found out that Ethan Goldberg and Jack Lauder did business together.
Really? I'm not surprised. Ethan offered his services to many people. He was a whiz with an adding machine. So I heard.
Okay. What about JDM?
Does the name Joe DeMarco mean anything to you?
DiMarco?
Yes.
Sounds Italian. Other than that, it means nothing. Sorry.
What about the meeting?
Do you know anything about Ethan G. meeting up with Joe DeMarco?
In all honesty, I have no idea who Joe DiMarco is. So I'm afraid the answer is no.
Right, well this is going nowhere. I guess he's probably not going to know anything about this one.
Did a Joe DeMarco ever belong to this temple?
DiMarco. That's hardly a Jewish name.
I know.
Although it's difficult to say. As I told you, it's difficult to keep track of individual congregation members.
He was an investor in Jack Lauder's company. Does that mean anything to you?
I don't know. Should it?
No, I suppose not.
Comment on various oddities. What does that even mean?
Doesn't any of this strike you as odd?
Should it?
2 Jewish men, both in business together and both belonging to the same synagogue, are killed within 2 weeks of each other. A third man, who may or may not be Jewish, is nowhere to be found. There are only 2 connections between these 3 men. One is Jack's business, the other is this synagogue.
Rabbi Stone, I hope you're not suggesting anything...
I'm not.
Let me finish. People all over the world use religious communities to network and conduct business. This is nothing new. You know this, Rabbi Stone. If there is a connection, it has to do with their business dealings and nothing to do with Beth Tikva. I won't stand for our reputation being tarnished. Do I make myself clear?
As crystal.
I'm glad we understand each other. Now, if you'll excuse me, it is rather late.
I understand. I'll see myself out.
Wait, let me give you my card.
Achievement unlocked. Get on someone's nerves. Thrown out by Rabbi Zelig.
Feel free to email me if you have any more questions.
Okay. Honestly, I'm a bit suspicious of that synagogue. It's so lavish. Where are they getting all the money from? I don't know. I mean, honestly, lavish churches and whatnot are not rare. But I can't help but be a little bit suspicious about it. Where are they getting all that money from? Could they have a deal set up, maybe? with this Joe DeMarco. Maybe Joe DeMarco is paying the synagogue for something. I'm not sure for what though. I don't know, it's suspicious. Alright, where to now? Back to the bar? I don't think I have anything new to ask the bartender. What about my notes? Oops. I don't think I have anything new to combine, do I? Joe DeMarco. Ethan Goldberg, the accountant. The strange person. Joe met with Ethan, or was going to. And then there's JDM. Personal checks, Received an email from Ethan G, which described a meeting with the JDM. Personal checks, JDM and Joe DeMarco are the same person. According to... I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that's Miss Lauder. Jack met the mysterious Joe DeMarco at Temple. Does that mean Joe is Jewish? Doesn't sound like a Jewish name, but anything is possible. Indeed, indeed. Ethan Goldberg, business associates, and evidently were members of the same synagogue. Killed outside Patio Harris? You know what? If only I could get Rosa's help. She can talk to... Oh. Who are you? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that maybe... Could that be Joe DeMarco? Could this be the meeting place? Maybe. I was just gonna say, Rosa can talk to spirits.
I won't forget about it.
She can talk to spirits. If she could talk to, Ethan Goldberg for me, that would be perfect. Ethan Goldberg could just tell me what happened. That'd be great. Also, I just realized I should probably save the game because I've never done that. So if the game crashed right now, I'd lose literally all of my progress.
Forget about it.
Okay, who are you?
Evening.
Yeah?
I would make small talk, but he doesn't seem like he has much patience. So I'm just gonna ask him his identity. ASL?
So what's your name?
Look, could you leave me alone?
It looked like this was the type of place where people didn't want to be bothered. Let's ask about Joe.
Do you know a Joe DeMarco?
Sure I do. That's my name.
Really?
Yeah. What of it?
You're a hard guy to track down.
Well, yippee. You found me. What do you want?
Okay, Joe DeMarco. Alright, first impressions. He seems like an asshole, which doesn't surprise me, because based on what I read about him, he seemed like an asshole. Very shady. Who should I begin with? Let's just talk about religion.
Are you Jewish, Mr. DeMarco?
Huh? No. What the hell is Jewish?
What? His ignorance was either fake or genuine. Either way, I had my answer.
Never mind.
What the hell is Jewish? Are you serious? Like he's never heard the term Jewish before? Strange. What about Jack?
What's your connection with Jack Lauder?
Don't know him.
Sure you do. He wrote you a number of checks.
Whoever he wrote them to, it wasn't me.
Your name is on the checks.
Then it's some other Joe DeMarco. Get out of here.
Bullshit. Well, okay. Let's say it's not bullshit. If it wasn't bullshit, then who was he actually writing it to? I mean, I'm assuming the accounting records weren't doctored and that the checks were actually addressed to Joe DeMarco. It is always possible, of course, that they were doctored, but I don't think so. So if it was actually sent to Joe DeMarco and Joe DeMarco doesn't know anything about it, then what does that mean? You couldn't cash them, though. You couldn't use them. Nobody but Joe DeMarco could actually use the checks unless Joe DeMarco, like, signed the check over. Which then he would know about it, so that doesn't make any sense. What about Zelig?
Do you know Rabbi Zelig?
What's a rabbi?
Are you fucking kidding me? Was he being serious? His true intentions were hidden behind those dull, glassy eyes. A ruse or plain ignorance? It was impossible to tell.
His full name is Amos Zelig.
Nope. Sorry.
You are so full of shit. Alright, Ethan G.
What's your beef with Ethan Goldberg?
Never heard of him.
Your name appears in connection with his.
Lots of Ethan Goldbergs. Lots of Joe DeMarcos. Both are common names. You got nothing, so leave me alone.
Ethan was killed just outside of this bar.
Coincidence. You still got nothing.
Okay. Let's make small talk.
Nice night.
Whatever.
Bye.
So long.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need something to pin him, right? But what? What could I get that could possibly pin him? More than I already have.
Now even rabbis think I'm crazy.
Is Joe DeMarco Jewish? Well, we know the answer to that. Zelig's card. Rabbi Amos Zelig. Beth Tikva. I wonder if I can actually email him. Bartender, want to talk?
Excuse me.
Vague disinterest. No.
Excuse me. Hello?
She ignored me. She seemed to be staring into space at something that wasn't there. Okay, she's still gonna ignore me.
Just have a drink in peace.
Well, there's Joe DeMarco. I'm not entirely sure what to do next. Let's go talk to Miss Lauder. Again, her apartment seems so spare. Where's all the furniture?
Mrs. Lauder.
Oh, come on in.
Is Joe Jewish? Why would she know?
You really think Joe DeMarco is Jewish?
I think I already
I
asked that.
told you.
Yeah.
Do you know any...
Oh, Ethan Goldberg. Yeah, I know him.
Who is he?
An accountant. We used him to handle taxes and complicated documents for the business. Not full-time, just on a consultant basis. Wait, is he involved in this?
Not anymore. He's dead.
What? Since when?
About a week or two ago. Murdered.
My God. What is happening?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, so that was new.
Do you know anything about Ethan G meeting up with Joe DeMarco?
I'm afraid not. If they met, I'm sure it had something to do with the business. Ethan was our accountant and Joe was our primary investor. Although I have no idea what they'd want to talk about.
Have you ever heard of the name Joe DeMarco?
Joe? Joe. Yes, I've heard of Joe. He was one of our first investors.
He invested in Charming?
Yes.
Why did you need an investor?
Well,
already went through this, right?
didn't have
Yeah.
all the... So,
Have you...
although
Why not?
he didn't say, but we would...
How did they...
I think at the temple of...
Attempt? So Joe
Maybe.
DeMarco is...
And that's...
Not to me, but it's...
Let's go.
I'm going to... Oh.
Alright. I think maybe I need to pin him as being the one who went to Beth Tikva. But how'd I do that? Let's go back to my computer. Now that I have his email address, maybe I can do something? I could try to log into his account. I think. Log into his email. Can I log into his email from my computer? Let's try that. I'm just curious. Alright, what's his username? We're both on the same net, after all. Reb is... Okay. You can. But I need his password. I don't know his password. Am I supposed to know it at this point? Maybe his is Yenta as well, or whatever it was. Was it Yenta? What could it be? I haven't the faintest clue. I feel like that's something I couldn't possibly know at this point. I just don't know anything about him. No, there's no way. Let's just log into my account, see if I have any new emails. Actually, no, let's get a joke first. Howard, a young gay man, telephones his mother. Mom, I've decided to go back into the closet. I've met a wonderful girl and we're going to be married. What do you think of this news? You'll be happier now. I know that my gay lifestyle has been very disturbing to you. She responds, I'm very glad, Howard. I suppose it would be too much to hope that she's a Jewish girl? Howard replies, Not only is she Jewish, Mom, but she comes from a wealthy Beverly Hills family. So what's her name? The mother asks. Monica Lewinsky, replies Howard. There is a pause, then his mother asks, What happened to that nice black boy you were dating last year? Let's get another one. A rabbi took a job at a Duracell factory. His job is to stand on the production line. And as the batteries go by, say, I wish you long life. Okay. Any new ones? Overdraft notice? No. I don't think I can actually send emails. No, I can only look at the ones I've received. What should I do? There's probably something I can search for. What about Amos Zelig? Is it 1L? Yeah, here we go. His contact information, bio. Moved to New York City in 1963. Could be relevant. Moved to NY in 1963. With his wife Carol and his dog Dodger. Since then, he has been one of the most prolific rabbis in the city. His wife and dog are gone now, but Beth Tikva remains one of the strongest centers of the Jewish community. Okay, anything else I can search for? What else can I search for? What can I search for? Well, drumming with my pen and my fingers on my paper did not help. What do I do? There's no way his password is when he moved to New York City. It's not 1963. That'd be a pathetic password. That's way too easy. I could just get a hint, of course. There was that hint button, but I don't think I need to resort to that yet. Do I? I guess I can try the year he moved to New York City as his password, but that seems extraordinarily far-fetched. How do I log out? 1963. No, I didn't think so. You know, it could be the name of his wife or his dog. Which was what? It was Carol and Dodger, right? Dodger? It's the name of his dog. His password is the name of his dog. Amos Zelig, you are not very intelligent when it comes to your passwords. You need to learn more about internet security, okay? I mean, okay, it's better than setting your password as password or admin or password 123, but it's not a far step above that. Well, I guess the only unique thing here to do is mail. Okay. Whoa. Whoa! There's a lot here. Okay. Welcome to Ravnet. Wonderful. Hello, Rabbi Zelig. So you finally joined the 21st century, eh? It's about time. Mazel tov, etc. Just wanted to congratulate you on another hair-raising sermon today. Everyone was glued to their seats. See you next Friday. Jeff Kotok. Dear Rabbi Zelig, my name is Jared from the Jewish Weekly. I have heard of your recent how do I pronounce this? Philanthropic? I know philanthropist, but philanthropic? Philanthropic? How do you stress it? I don't know. Activities, and was wondering if you'd consent to an interview. Feel free to contact me anytime, Jared. Special offer from, Tomo. For your network protection needs, contact Tomo. This damn Tomo is everywhere. Rabbi Zelig, just got back home. Thanks for giving me a tour of your temple. It's interesting to see how things are done in the big city. Your sermon was, as always, awe-inspiring. You are right. Times have changed since Bible times, but people sure haven't. Thank you again, Amos. Be sure to look me up the next time you're in our neck of the woods. David Small. Joe. Rabbi, I'm a bit concerned about this investor you set to jack up with. Can you tell me what you know about him? Exactly what I thought. It's the rabbi that set people up with this investor. Or at least set Jack up with this investor. Okay. Amos, you are a slippery bastard. You lied to my face. Yo, Rabbi. Thanks for the kiss, Tix. Happy we could be of service. Tim. What? Okay. Rabbi Zelig, I appreciate that you took the time to help us out. We were cash poor and in serious need of help. But I can't help but be concerned. Are you sure this investor is on the up and up? He has money, certainly, but the man gives me the serious creeps. We need the money, so I will accept his money for now, but I was hoping you could tell me more about him. Thanks, Jack. Okay, so they suspected he was shady even when they took his money, but they had to, basically. They needed his money. Which is why they took it despite his shadiness. Amos, if that Goldberg character has been making waves, you know what to do. From Roy at Undisclosed Mail. You know what to do. Does he mean kill him? Could Amos be the one that did it? Joe DeMarco. Got your message. Ethan's been giving me trouble, so that's not a problem. I'll get in touch when I chat with him. Rabbi, I just wanted to write and tell you how excellent your service was. My friend dragged me on Friday even though I don't usually do the temple thing. I've already signed up. You've got a new member. I'll be going to your temple from now on. I'm already looking forward to next Friday. See you then. Jennifer Sandman. Thank you, Rabbi Zelig, for the lovely service you performed for my husband Ethan. Your kind words and wonderful anecdotes put everyone at ease, especially me. As you know, Ethan worked very hard for the Jewish community, and to a lesser extent, Beth Tikva, and I'm sure he is very happy to know his work was appreciated. Thank you again, Rabbi Zelig. I will see you bright and early Friday night. Allison Goldberg. I should write down her name. I might need to go talk to her. Allison Goldberg. Just in case. Jack Lauder. Rabbi, the police are asking me about Ethan. I told them who he was meeting, but they say it's not important. Wait a minute. Wait, I'm trying to get the timeline straight. Rabbi, the police are asking me about Ethan, from Jack Lauder. So, wait. I thought Ethan G was killed after Jack Lauder, but this was sent. I'm not sure. Not important. How can this not be important? Rabbi, why aren't you doing something? I'm sure he has something to do with this. What have you gotten us mixed up in? Okay, so Ethan G was killed first, and then Jack Lauder? I think. Rebecca Blackwell, from the Village Eye. That's the paper she worked for. Rabbi Zelig, thank you for answering my questions. The article will appear next week. Rosangela. Is this like a cross-reference thing? I'm trying to remember. The Blackwell series was created after Shivah. After Shivah came out, because Shivah was their first game. Did you actually, was there a reference in the Blackwell games to the Shivah? Because I remember you had to do work for your paper, sort of, in at least the first game. I don't know. There's a lot of references, though. Calm down. Ethan is dead. I fear for my life. Your so-called investor is demanding more interest and is threatening me and my wife. You tell me to calm down. How could you do this? How could you get us involved with a creep like that? Don't tell me you're not involved. When I think of you looking all holy and pious during Ethan's funeral service, I want to throw up. I can't even tell my wife. I'm so ashamed of myself. To think I was so blinded by greed that I couldn't see beneath the surface. I was better off with Stone. He was pig-headed and arrogant, but at least you knew where you stood. Watch your back, Rabbi. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Don't think this is over. You call yourself a Jew? Jack. It sounds like Amos had them killed. Like, just straight up ordered them killed. Joe DeMarco. You're certainly keeping me busy. I got your message. I'll let you know when it's done. Yeah. I can't imagine that means anything other than having them killed. Rabbi Zelig. I'm not Jewish myself, but Jack was very devout, and I felt I owed it to him to give him a proper Jewish funeral. Thank you so much for your help and for answering all my questions. I'm sure Jack would have appreciated the effort and care you put into the service. I'm going to try to prepare a proper Shivah. You are welcome to come by to pay your respects. Thanks again. Miss Lauder, I don't know how to pronounce her first name. Rashri? I don't know. Okay. Do I have enough? Do I have enough to hang them all? I hope I do. Can I go see the police? I mean, okay, it might not fly too good with the police to say, hey, I hacked into someone's email. But still, this would damn them all. If I could just show the police this, but they couldn't use it, right? Because they, didn't obtain it using a warrant or whatever. Do I have any new notes? No. I have so much information, but what do I do with it? Where do I even start? Do I just go back to talk to Joe DeMarco? Honestly, I would go to the police with this information. But I can't. Let's go talk to someone who might not stab me. Let's go talk to Miss Lauder.
Mrs. Long.
Oh, it come up.
You know, I mean, this kind of seems to almost explain the entire sequence of murders. But
I'm going to...
it doesn't explain why Jack Lauder left me money. Why would he do that? Alright, let's go talk to Joe DeMarco. The prick.